Hi family, welcome back to our channel. This is Prophetess Nikki G. I'm going to dive right into this video because God just dropped this in my spirit. Some people right now are wondering why things are happening to them. They're wondering why this is happening. It's always a good thing to do the right thing, even when life presents itself to encourage you to do something that is not respectful to somebody that has really been there for you. You know, you never bite the hand that feeds you. Don't ever do that. Thank all of you for joining the channel, for our channel memberships. Thank all of you for what you do daily on our channel. Thank all of you for your prayers and all of your acts of kindness, your well wishes, all of your continued support, your cash apps, your super thanks. Just thank you for being a part of our life here. And we're so grateful that you're allowing us to be a part of your life and to be a part of your journey. I don't want you to get into the mode of giving away all of your thought and your energy to what's going on in the lives of someone who has betrayed you, someone who has manipulated you, someone who has just left you on the side of the road and never looked back. You know, it's a really dangerous thing to do things to people that will leave in question. Some people who are narcissistic, some people who are opportunists, they left you in question. And the reason why some people left you in question is because they wanted control over you. They wanted to dangle a string in front of you, sort of like you do a cat, to see where you keep jumping. They wanted to know how much they could get out of you. You know, some people will go to lengths just to see how much they can manipulate you, how much they can control you. This is why you had a lot of pushing and pulling with certain people. This is why some people were all in for a season of your life and they quickly withdrew. As fast as some people ran in your life, as fast as they left it. They came in real quick, and as fast as some people come into your life, they left just that fast. And now people were wondering, and they will wonder, what is going on in my life? What is all of this about? Well, the word of God is true. Whatever you sow, you're going to reap that. So God has to prove himself. And God will always prove himself through the word of God. He will always prove it. You can't violate God's principles. You can't violate people. You can't hurt people. You can't injure people and go through life thinking that you're not going to have any repercussions. Some people thought they would never have one repercussion where your life is concerned. Some people thought they did you a favor by hurting you. Some people actually think that they gave you what you deserved by hurting you. So now they will wonder why my life is falling to pieces, what is going on in my life. Well, you sowed it, so you're going to reap it. Whatever you sow, you're going to reap it. None of us gets away with anything. None of us gets by with anything. There's a God that sits above. He sits high and he looks low. God sees everything. God has a recording secretary. He's writing down everything. So we have to be careful how we do life. We have to be careful how we treat people. How you treat people in this world is the key. You never bite the hand that feeds you. You don't burn bridges. You don't allow outside interferences encourage you to turn your back on someone who has been there for you. You know, a lot of times in life, you will always have a certain group of people who would encourage you to run away from the very people who were there for you. And the people who are giving you this bad counsel, they weren't there for you. You think about that. Not all the time, but there's a lot of times that people who give you bad advice, they give you bad counsel. That's because, family, people are jealous of where your life is going. People are jealous of where your life is heading. People are jealous of the support that you have. People are jealous of all those things in your life. So some people will send you down a rabbit hole if you let them. Some people will give you the worst advice in the world, knowing that they're giving you wrong advice because they want you to stay stuck. They want you to stay parked in life. They don't want you to drive in life. They want you to stay parked with them because they see you have the courage to do a lot of things that they don't have the courage to do. People hate your confidence. They hate your courage that you do have. They hate the fact that you're a go-getter. You all are go-getters. Whenever you make up in your mind to do something, you execute that. You don't just think about it. You don't just meditate about it. You don't even just meditate on it. You don't just pray on it. You get it done. You're not afraid to get it done. You're very deliberate people. You're very consistent in what you're doing in this world. And people will try their best to understand what is going on in my life. And it's very unfortunate because whenever people live a superficial life, whenever people want the limelight on them, whenever people want the cares of this world, whenever people want the fame, the fortune, the glamour, the glitz, whenever people want these trophy people standing next to them that look the part, but they're dead on the inside, they'll treat you and they'll mishandle you wrong. You've been mishandled. In everything you do in this world, don't ever treat someone poorly. You remember the treatment that you got. You remember the treatment that you received. And I pray that this will cause all of us to do well by other people because it doesn't give us a green light to hurt somebody else. It doesn't give us a green light to injure someone. It doesn't give us a free pass either because none of us will gain a free pass because God looks at the heart of people and God looks at all of our intentions while we do what we do. He looks at the intent. And a lot of the people are looking at your life now and they're seeing that they made so many bad choices and they want to get out of these situations. And a lot of people want to come back around to you. A lot of people want to come back towards you, but they just don't know how. You know, and God allowed it to be that way because they should have listened. They should have listened to the voice of God. When God warned some people not to go down a certain direction and they went anyway, now they will be made to sit in the things that are not so good for them. All those things that people tried to do against your life, family, now some people will sit in that. They will eat their own repercussions. They will eat it. So go through this life treating people how you want to be treated. And it doesn't make you a doormat. How do we treat people how we want to be treated whenever we've possibly not been treated well by other people? This is what should behoove all of us to do what is right, because you never know in this world where you're going to be. You never know the opportunities that God is going to give you. God doesn't let you see certain things. He doesn't. So before people put their mouth on other people, before you put a stumbling block in somebody's way, you remember that you're blocking your own blessing. You're blocking your own flow. So people are understanding now what is going on in their life. In the beginning, they were trying to figure out, why is this happening to me? What is going on in my life? What is this? Where is all this interference coming from? A lot of people's interference is coming from trying to block your blessings, for trying to block your flow. A lot of people's interference, a lot of people's destruction is coming by way of trying to injure God's people. God takes that very personal when people come for his children. He takes that very, very personal. So he tells us to hold our peace. He said, I'll fight for you. You don't have to fight a battle that God has already won. You just sit back and let God be the God of your life. That's all you need to do. So now people will understand what you went through with. You can believe that. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter how you feel. If you hurt someone, if you manipulate somebody, if you drag someone's reputation down with the intent, because it's all about intentions. Life is all about intent. It's all about intentions, why you are doing what you're doing. When people lied on you, don't you know people know what that was going to cost you? Don't you know people realize that was going to cause you harm? But they were so free with their mouth. They were so free. My goodness. We're saying all matter things against you that were false. And God is going to be free to impute his judgment too. As fast as people were to lie on you, to scandalize your name, that's just as fast as God is going to impute judgment. This is just as fast as people will reap everything that they sow. We all have an enemy. We all have an enemy. Even though Satan is a defeated foe, Satan enters into the heart of people. And you have to be careful in this world, because people will be your biggest blessing and some people will be your greatest curse. You have to be so careful. As a child of God, you cannot be hexed. As a child of God, you can never be cursed. You never have to worry about that. You cannot be cursed. You cannot be jinxed. You cannot be hexed, because you are covered in the blood of Yahweh, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. People done messed up their own life. People have jacked up their own life. It is a sad day when people don't understand what they do. Whenever they do their best to put a stumbling block in your way to cause you to stumble. You may trip, but you won't fall. You may stumble too, but you're not going to fall. But they will. They're going to fall in every ditch they dug for you, every hole that people dug for you to bury you in. Honey, they will fall in it. And everybody walking with them are going to fall in it. It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay to do wrong. It doesn't pay to sow discord against your brothers and sisters. It does not pay to go through life hurting innocent people. God didn't call anybody to point out anybody's sin. Because before you point out another man's sin, you need to look in the mirror, because there's something about your life that you need to change. God has a funny way of waking up people. God has a funny way. See, he doesn't let you see tomorrow. See, this is a reason why God don't let us see tomorrow. See, God allow you to run your mouth. God will allow you to run your mouth. God allow you to cast lots against people. He will allow you to do everything you're big enough and bad enough to do. And he's going to show you why you don't do that. He's going to let you go through the same things that people took you through. So now people don't have to realize what they're going through with. Now people realize what they're going through with. They get it. They didn't get it in the beginning. They didn't get it in the beginning. They thought it was just bad luck. No, it's not bad luck. It's called judgment. It's called reaping exactly what you've sown. The same measure you meet is going to be measured right on back to you. So now people understand. You go through life treating everybody with respect. You go through life doing the very best that you can. You go through life doing what is right, because you never know where your blessing is going to come from. And if you bite the hand that feeds you, if you burn your bridges, then you're going to be in a bad condition. A lot of people are in a bad condition right now. They're in the worst condition that they wanted you to be in. They wanted you to be in a lot of bad situations. You know that? You know, so many people come after your name. They come after your character to assassinate you, thinking that that's going to cause people to dislike you. But God has a funny way of working all these things together for your good. Everything is going to work together for the good of those who love God and who are called according to his purpose. Every single thing. You may not know how, but it's going to work for your good. God is going to get the glory out of all the things that you've had to go through with, every last one of them. Every one of them. I love all of you so much. And I want to thank you once more for supporting the book, Becoming a Master of Divine Consciousness. Thank you for your testimonials coming in. I believe and receive by faith that book is going to help you It's going to be a tool that's going to help you toward the journey that you are embarking on. You keep going. Sometimes things in life will get worse before they get better. Just because you love God, just because you do well by other people, it doesn't mean that you won't get hit. You might get hit, but you won't get knocked down because you have a God that will hold you up. He will uphold you. God has you covered. He has you covered. You don't have to worry, family. Do not go through life worrying. You just continue to pray and you have faith and you surround yourself with good people and you keep yourself focused on the things that God called you to do, not anybody else. You focus on being the greatest person that you can be on the face of this earth. That's what you do. And God is going to work things out for your good. He's going to work them out for your good, and God is going to work them in your favor. It doesn't matter what you're going through with. He's going to work it in your favor. And all the things that you will ever go through with, it's going to cause you to rise to the top. It's going to cause you to rise to the top. It's going to cause you to soar. Everything that every man and woman of God ever went through in the Word of God, in the Bible, they soared to the top. They did. So you remember that when you hit a soft spot in life. You remember that when you hit a hard place in life. You remember that when you're in the valley. You remember this whenever you are in the wilderness. You remember the vision that God showed you. That vision seems like it's taken forever, doesn't it? But it's going to speak. It's not going to lie because it's for an appointed time. It's for an appointed season. Hang in there, family. Hang in there. Subscribers, hang in there. Team Nikki G. Humble Accelerations. I give you a shout out so much because God is doing so many things in your life, in your future, in your home, in your business. He's doing a lot of things through you. And I thank God for you obeying the voice of God. And I thank you for all the extra that you do toward this channel. Thank you so much. Kylie Woods, thank you so much for what you do. All of you who are sowing in this ministry, name by name. I love all of you. I love all of you, and I'm so grateful and so appreciative. You always remember when God is asking you to do something, no matter what it is, He's trying to get something to you. He's not taking anything away from you. He's getting something to you. We love you here. We'll talk later. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Keep liking the videos because it helps us reach more hurting and broken people for God's glory. We love you here. Talk later.